It's actually 2 weeks from the final votes, and 8 million have already voted early. In Florida last night, an explosive debate pitting Governor Ron DeSantis against challenger Charlie Crist. Chief White House correspondent Cecilia Vega is on the scene in West Palm Beach. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, George, good morning to you. Early voting is already underway right here, and Ron DeSantis, he's got a commanding lead in the polls. But in that debate last night, his opponent, Charlie Crist, really tried to shine a spotlight on some of the governor's more controversial policies, including the fact that he could be gearing up for a White House run in the not-too-distant future. The only debate in this heated race, and the candidates came out swinging.
Governor DeSantis has taken his eye off the ball. He's focused on running for president.
Charlie Crist has voted with Joe Biden 100% of the time.
The heated issues driving voters to the polls around the country, front and center here in this battleground state. Republican incumbent Governor Ron DeSantis hitting hard on the economy.
We have the worst inflation of 40 years. It's much more expensive to replace a roof today than just 3 years ago, thanks to the Biden-Crist policies. That, unfortunately, is contributing to the increase.
While challenger Charlie Crist, a former Republican governor himself turned Democratic congressman, attacked DeSantis for signing a law that bans abortions at 15 weeks with no exceptions for rape or incest.
Now I want to make sure we keep a woman's right to choose available to the women of the state of Florida.
Also on full display, DeSantis' controversial move to use Florida taxpayer dollars to fly migrants from the Texas border to Martha's Vineyard.
I thought what the governor did was a horrible political stunt.
It's sad that it comes to this, but what we did put this issue front and center.
And while Joe Biden is not on the ballot here, DeSantis repeatedly tried to turn it into a referendum on his presidency, invoking Biden's name some 10 times in an hour. Crist firing back, accusing DeSantis of looking well beyond next month's midterms and to 2024, a charge DeSantis refused to answer.
Why don't you look in the eyes of the people of the state of Florida and say to them, if you're reelected, you will serve a full 4-year term as governor? Yes or no? Yes or no, Ron? Will you serve a full 4-year term if you're reelected governor of Florida? It's not a tough question. It's a fair question. He won't tell you.
We did not agree on the candidates asking each other questions.
Time?
Governor, it's your turn.
Well, listen, I know that Charlie's interested in talking about 2024 and Joe Biden, but I just want to make things very, very clear. The only worn-out old donkey I'm looking to put out to pasture is Charlie Crist.
So that was the moment, needless to say, of that debate last night. Now, President Biden will be right here in South Florida for a rally with Charlie Crist next week. It's just the president's second campaign rally of these midterms. George, it really shows how laser-focused Democrats are, not only on this governor's race in 2 weeks, but what it also could mean for the White House in 2024.
No question about it. Okay, Cecilia, thanks very much. Let's bring in our political director, Rick Klein, with his midterm monitor. And Rick, momentum's clearly going towards Republicans right now.
Yeah, we've seen a real shift just in the last couple of weeks, George. This is the most basic question. Do you want a Democrat or a Republican to control Congress? You saw up until a couple days ago, Democrats actually were leading in that. But in the last few days, Republicans have nosed ahead. They're up by about half a percentage point. And here's the thing. The way the districts are drawn, typically Democrats have to outperform Republicans by a couple of points to even have a chance to hold on to the House and the Senate.
Few key races in the Senate could go either way.
Yeah, look, a 50-50 Senate. Any single seat could be the majority maker or the majority breaker. Just take Pennsylvania. Right now, Democrats have a little bit better than a coin flip chance, a 55 out of 100 chance, according to our partners of 538, of taking the Senate. But we've got the only Senate debate in Pennsylvania. And if John Fetterman is able to defeat Dr. Oz after having that first debate today, all of a sudden Democrats jump to about a 3 in 4 chance of taking the Senate, just based on that one race. Now, Republicans, of course, they're on offense a whole lot of places. Maybe their best opportunity for a pickup out in Nevada. Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, one of the most endangered Democrats anywhere in the country right now. If Nevada goes red, Republicans go to about a 7 in 10 chance just based on that race.
And Republican take over the House, all but certain.
Look, you see what right now, Democrats who are battling a lot of tough history, a lot of tough maps, math, all of these things are pointing in the same direction. Democrats have almost no margin for error. Republicans just have to flip about 5 seats to take over the majority. History would suggest that that's extremely easy to do. And here's the thing. 538 has run just about every possible scenario, and they see all of these red ones. That means that Republicans are heavily favored, about an 8 in 10 chance to take over the House.
Rick Klein, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.